right.
Okay.
Welcome back. What are we doing here? Are we good?
Yeah, I was just fixing this chair because it has like
It's
400
about to
levers.
break. It's about to
No, no, no,
break. Mine
no, no, no.
is.
That chair looks very nice to break, so I hope it doesn't. But this
Eh.
one, it has like 400 levers, so it's like you can move the seat back and forth, and even the backrest, it can go all the way down, kind of like you're
Yeah.
laying. So I was trying to lay back on it, and I went all the way back, and I'm like, oh shit, Jesus.
Sometimes I do too much.
Seriously. I mean, I don't mind that. It's just the seat. It went down, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
But here we
Man,
are.
dude, we are. I think we are officially cooked as a society. I think
What?
it's over with. I'm at the store yesterday, and I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't a store. I was coming out of somewhere, and the lady and the husband walking in as I was walking out. Like I heard the lady bitching and complaining because they didn't have because the door didn't open automatically. She's like, why is there not a button to just open the door? Why do I like complaining about pulling open a door? And that's when I realized that it's um, as much as I would love to fix the issues that we have in this country, I think it's um, just gonna have to help a small percentage, and that's just how it's gonna be
That's
because
called white privileges.
they were not white. They were definitely not white, unfortunately.
That
Even
that's
worse.
that's like the worst thing to come. Like, why? There are many places without automatic doors. It's
Hey,
like,
bro, I couldn't tell you. But like when we're at the point where pulling open a door is too much work, I don't know if we can come back from that.
it,
You know?
we're gonna end up like Wally.
Yeah. So I posted did you see Jackson's post about and Jackson, if you see this, we've already conversated about this, but no hate to your opinion. But he posted a video about how like you know he doesn't like to like make fun of or like shit on, for lack of a better term, on fat people or obese people, especially morbidly obese people anymore. He made a post about how it's not their fault. It's big food's fault, right? I heavily disagree with that statement. But but did you see that video? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but I thought earlier, like a while ago, he made a video saying that it is their fault.
So that's my point. He kind of went into this thing about how he was like, I used to be like this, but now it's more of a like a he's like, I just want it to be more educational based on this page. I don't want to like hate on or down fat people for these things. Like he just kind of switched his
Got it.
mindset, which is fine. It's great. Like however you want to go about it. Um, so like I posted a video this morning, and I almost put this on his post, but I just didn't want to do back and forth on this opinion with anybody. Um, but I think that this applies. I would feel like this would apply to him too. I don't know too much about his mindset here, but I basically was like, the people who say that stuff, oh, it's not their fault. It's their genetics or their family or their upbringing. Like he was saying in the video how he was like someone who was brought up in a household where all you eat is junk, and those are the habits that you've been taught. Blah 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 blah. Like, oh, it's not that simple. I agree with that. It's not that simple that as just put down the fork, but like at the end of the day, you deciding to do that is the only thing that's going to matter. But I basically was like, people who say those things and how it's not their fault and it's this, that, and the third, and blaming, the big food companies, government, whatever. If I were the people who say that, if I were, was that gum or was that a Zin? Oh, you're
Gum.
chewing it. It's gum. I was like, damn, when'd you start zinning? Them cigs got to you, huh? But
Fully on nicotine 24/7, bro.
yeah, chewing a Zin pouch would be diabolical. That's crazy. Um,
It actually looks like that. This is probably the gum that
it
looks the
does.
most
Is
like
it
since
Orbit?
like yeah.
Yep, yep. Looks exactly like a little lip pillow.
Hilarious.
But
Anyway,
if the same people that will say that, if a and it's no secret the stereotypes or even I don't even like to call it stereotypes because some of it's just true. of how, let's say, black people act, right? In terms of like, oh, the crime, or the way that we're killing each other at large numbers and all this kind of stuff. If someone was to say to those people, well, it's not black people's fault that they do this, that, and the third. It's systemic racism. It's their upbringing. They'd be in an outrage. They'd be like, no, you need to figure it out, change it, do these things, right? And it's just this major like double standard, I feel like. And obviously, I know you came here later on in your life, and this would be a better perspective from like a white male born here. But like, how do you view that kind of, like, do you think it's not their fault?
I think it's partly their upbringing's fault, but they're also at fault for, because I mean, you cannot blame your, let's say, your parents for being obese your whole life.
Mm-mm.
At a point when you become an adult, or no, and even before that, you have the mental capabilities to take responsibility for your own actions and are
Yeah.
completely empowered to say no, or to
Yeah.
say I had enough.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I made a video yesterday actually saying like, if you're still fat, it's because you want to.
Yeah.
Basically.
You're simply choosing to
So,
be.
whether you blame someone or you just brush off responsibility, first of all, you're bullshitting yourself. But second, it's just admitting that you just don't want to change it. You're just finding a reason not to change at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, I could give you a million and one reasons as to why I maybe just don't want to go to the gym and don't want to be big and whatever. But at the end of the day, if I keep putting excuses, and it's just, I prefer to keep doing what I've been doing, even if I really don't like how I look or how I am. What I do overpowers what I don't like,
Mm-hmm.
basically. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're still choosing. So say however you are. So I don't know in which words I could put that into like the topic that you said with the racism and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, environment will dictate a lot of your beliefs and everything. So maybe in that aspect, the upbringing affects their beliefs, their behaviors, and everything. But there's a point in life where you can think, okay, maybe this is not entirely right, what I'm doing, what is going on, or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
then change for yourself. At least that change yourself. You may not change everyone around you, but one person at a time. If everyone does the same thing, eventually it will make it all better. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
for
mean,
fat
that's how
people,
negative things happen too.
yeah, I'm not hating or bullying fat people, even though someone will say like, yeah, it's okay to bully them because otherwise they won't change, whatever. Um, I'm just not that kind of person. But I will be completely honest and be like, yeah, you're fat because you just prefer to stay like that, and you prefer
Yeah.
going to drive-throughs and complain about everything. Like you just
Mm-hmm.
really don't wanna look better that much,
Yeah.
plain and simple.
Which is like, if that's, I guess if that's your thing, but it might, like, there's just too many. How I look at it is like this: if you, if I was like really poor, and like I have been at times, and I just was like, no way out. Like, I'm gonna be poor forever. I'm gonna, it's my family was like this. It's in my genetics to be poor. Like, for me, I look at it as, like, I pity you for having that mindset, because what you're saying to yourself is that there's no way out. Like, you're destined to be like that, and I don't see how a life like that, even if it was impossible, which is obviously far from the truth, why would you want to live a life where you don't have a choice? Where and that's the thing, is now with the internet, dude, every fat person has scrolled the internet and seen hundreds of thousands of fat people go from the same position you're in to now fitter, happier, and healthy. I've never once talked, the people that hate fat people the most, and like I've talked about this before, I don't hate fat people. I hate your mindset, because your mindset is weak and you need to change it. So I don't hate you for being fat. I hate you for refusing to change something that is directly hurting your life. And I don't care if you say it's not, it is. The people who hate fat people that I know, are ex fat people. And that's because of we've talked about the mirror theory before, right? Like I hate people who, like I don't even want to say that. Like I don't want people around me who have the mindset and the lifestyle that I used to have, because you're mirroring something that I hate about myself, right?
Mm.
I hate that person that I used to be. So if you're around, I don't like that energy because it's reminding me. So it's like those people who are like, oh, dude, like fuck fat people, I hate them, like whatever. Like the most ruthless people on that topic are those ex fat people, because they don't want to go back to that place so badly
They
that
know.
yeah, you know what it's like to be there. Like
Yeah.
I was never morbidly obese, so I can't ever speak on that. But I know people close that I am like very close with. I mean, fuck, Therese used to be morbidly obese. He was 320 something pounds,
Mm.
maybe more than that. And
Lawton.
huh?
Lawton. From ECA. Lawton.
I'm not sure if I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you probably know. I need to. I'll show you the Instagram later. But he's the same thing. Like he used to be big
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah.
and he completely changed. Like yeah, of course. I mean, it takes a fuck ton of work and a fuck ton of time.
Yeah.
But dude, it's just like now. I wonder how different someone's life will be if, for example, let's say, still with the fat people, a fat person. Now they are okay with staying fat, but they just don't put excuses as to why they stay. And I think that mentality. I mean, this could be. We can be talking about like a multimillionaire person that they're just like, no, I mean, I know I'm fat. Yeah, I don't look great, but I'm
Mhm.
happy doing life as I am. And I don't know. I just feel like that switch in the mindset will change a lot. First of all, in their environment they're surrounded with,
Mhm.
and second of all, in how people will perceive them as well. Like,
But do you have that mindset because you truly do feel like that, or do you have that mindset because you told yourself, "I can't" for so long that you forced yourself to
well,
have to become okay with
that's what I'm
what's going on?
saying. I'm saying if someone truly and honestly admitted that they are okay with staying how they are, like, yeah, I know I could change, but I rather still go to fast food whenever I want and still go to this and that and not watch.
Yeah.
I don't think there's even a single person that does that, that are 100% honest and transparent and are okay admitting they're okay with being fat. It's just a hypothetical.
Yeah. Well, and there's those people online that you see all the time, like the pages that are I'm big and but I'm still healthy, I'm still athletic, I'm still like, let's be clear off the bat. I don't care what I don't care what you think or what you're talking about. There's no universe where being that big, and I'll be clear on this. We're not talking about, oh, bro has 15, 20 pounds to lose. Oh, bro has, even 30, 40, 50 pounds to lose. I'm talking about 100 plus.
Yeah.
There is no world, because like, let's be honest, like before my prep last year, I was at least 30 pounds overweight. You know what I mean? Like that's a different story. But when we're getting into the hundreds, like, bro, there's no universe where that is healthy nor athletic nor fit. Like I remember like when I did Justin's podcast years ago, like that was one topic we were talking about, is just how many pages were popping up of, and the reason that pisses me off is because it's the same reason that parents letting their kids get fat pisses me off. You're directly affecting someone else's life negatively, because somebody's going to see that in probably a very vulnerable time where they might be on that line, and then your page pops up instead of mine, right? And they see you and they're like, "Oh, well, they have all these followers and they look happy and they all these things, so like maybe I don't need to change," right? And that's obviously an easier way to go. Dude, being fat is fucking easy to do. It's hard to live with, especially on the back end, but getting there is very easy to do. I saw a video the other day that was like, destroying your life is really easy to do. And that's because all of the wrong decisions are the easiest to make. So it's like every time you fucking wake up and, you choose to eat McDonald's breakfast instead of fucking eggs and sourdough, or you choose to fucking sit on the couch and watch TV instead of go for a walk. I had a client, the one client that I have right now that is that big, he texted me and was like, "Hey, because I put in a free meal throughout the week for him to have a date night with his wife and make sure that he can, or go somewhere with his kids or whatever. We're not taking away that time, with your family, but we obviously have some ground rules, laid out for that and things. And he texted me the other day and was like, hey, it's he was like, it's a rainy day or something. We're gonna, watch movies at the house with the kids, and like they want to order pizza or whatever. He was like, is that okay if I do that? And we've talked about this before, dude. Any client that I have, even for me, knows damn well that's the one cheat meal or free meal that's like off limits unless we're like not in this person's case.
Yeah.
And so I texted him back a couple hours later and I was like, hey, I would rather us do, if we're going to do something, let's do something else. Like, there's no benefit to that whatsoever besides you feeding that momentary pleasure. And in the spot that you're at, where we're a month in at best, I don't think that that's beneficial for your psyche. I don't think that's beneficial for our progress. So if we're going to do something, let's do something else. And he texted me back. He was like, too late. And I was like, fuck. But then he sent me another message and was like, it's just this big, long thing about, like, how after eating so well for a month, like it fucked his gut up. He felt like shit afterwards, and he realized he told me, he's like, I realized that I like how I've been living for the last month. I like eating healthier. I like being more active. I like he's going to the gym. He's bringing his kid with him. He likes that lifestyle, and for a long time I strayed away from trying to work with people like that because. Not that I stayed away from it, but like obviously, like my content
You
doesn't
didn't aim for it.
Yeah, my content's not speaking to women. I still coach women. It's not speaking to morbidly obese people. I'll still coach you if that's if you have the right mindset. And I think that message alone really opened up my mind to maybe not every one of those people has this horrible mindset. They just need the right the right path to take. But like that is. People like that, like I don't have any. You want to change, right? You're not going to make sure you're going to make sure that your kids don't go through the same things. You're not, But these people online who have these pages where they're simply promoting obesity, like you're actively negatively affecting our society, and like that, I'm not okay with. Like I don't get online and I'm not like. Besides TRT for most certain situations, like I'm not out here promoting steroids. I'm very open with what I do. I will educate, but I'm not like steroids are awesome. You should be like this just because I'm on steroids. Like I'm super healthy and all these things. Like, dude, we're very aware that we're doing negative things to our body at some capacity, right? Outside of like TRT, yeah, pushing gear, getting to as big as we want to get. Like it's not healthy, right? I think we could both agree with that. But I'm also not promoting other people to do this. Like, that's like you said, your argument of like, well, if a fat person was like, well, I'm okay with being like this, but, other people shouldn't. Like, it's kind of the same scenario. But like getting online and pushing that so hard, I can't fuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I don't know what goes to their mind for them to be like despising, like hating that healthy, that active lifestyle, because what is there to hate really? You sleep better, you feel better, your mind is clearer, you can see your dick, literally.
Some of us. Hey, speak for yourself. No, I'm just
If it's small, then you have no fixing.
Yeah.
No matter how lean you are. But now, on a serious topic, it's like there's everything to gain and nothing to lose, and a lot of times people are just avoiding it because of, well, besides how challenging it is to do any sort of movement at that weight, right? But they think they have this assumption of food not being able to be tasty and have to be like bland.
Yeah.
And it's like, at that weight, I think I would be somewhat okay for them to try all the recipes that you can find on Instagram, on fucking Pinterest, or whatever. Somewhat okay.
They're just not practical though. That's
No,
and
no,
that's,
no. But at this point, it's like I'm not saying for every meal, obviously.
No, yeah.
Here and there, like if they're able to cook dinner and they want to do something more elaborate, then go for it. Like at that point, any of those healthy versions of meals or high protein meals or whatever is gonna be better than anything that they've been doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So absolutely for the very beginning is like to ease up. But then also a point that I was thinking yesterday is it's actually harder to progressively convert or progressively do something than if you would do it cold turkey.
Yeah, I agree. I've argued with Therese about this so many times.
Like, I think you need much more control into limiting
Mhm.
the amount that you have versus not having it at all.
Mhm.
Because, for example, me, when I used to cut smoking cigarettes the first time,
Mhm.
I have friends that they used to say, like, I want to stop smoking, whatever, and they would decrease the amount or try to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then eventually they go out or we go to a nightclub or we go to someone's country house and stay there for the night drinking, whatever. They go back in amounts again because that's
Mhm.
the normal thing to do.
Yeah.
But now, when I did it back then the first time, I literally cold turkey it.
Yeah.
And of course, environment helps that I'm not around smoking people. But if I don't have it, it's much easier for me to
Yeah.
not go and reach for it than if I have it here and I'm just like, okay, maybe instead of 5 cigarettes a day, I would have four.
Mhm.
No, I'm gonna want so bad that fifth and sixth and I have them right there that it's gonna be much challenging. Same with like food, same with like alcohol, is like anything it is. Just it's much easier to suffer a little bit for like a week by cold turkeying it than to prolong that suffering for extended amount of weeks or months
Mhm.
by just decreasing the amount periodically.
Mhm.
I've never been to this, but I don't think people who go to double A when they want to stop drinking, they taper the drinks down. I think they cut them entirely.
Yeah. 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 Well, and that's the thing. Like, it's still in your, like, you're still putting it in your system. It doesn't matter if it's a tiny bit. Your body's still gonna want it. And it's like, it's that identity thing, right?
Yeah,
If you are still doing it, you're still the person who identifies as I'm a smoker or I'm
or
obese or
alcoholic.
I'm
Yeah,
whatever, right? So you have to just make that. And I've said this a million times. There's no space between the person who the you who chooses to be whatever your vice is and the person who chooses not to have that vice. There's no space between that. You might feel like, oh well, if I taper down and I whatever, but like there's still that day where, let's say you're tapering smoking, right? One day you're down to one cigarette a day. The next day you have to make a choice somewhere in there to have zero.
yeah,
So either way you're gonna suffer. Either way you're gonna struggle. You might as well do it the quicker way, which is just to whatever. And that's why, like I said, I've had conversations with Therese on this because like the way we program food and or like the way I program food and the way he programs food is a little bit different. And like this guy is, I remember I sent him this screenshot and was like, "Told you so," kind of thing. But like this guy sent me that message in the first like couple weeks and was like, "I can't believe that how easy this is to do." And he's not eating a goddamn thing that's not whole food, not one single thing, right? But his meal four is a chicken sandwich. It's like grilled chicken, lettuce, tomato, onion, and sourdough. Cool. Fucking loves it. He's got a taco bowl, which is like taco seasoned meat, like crispy potatoes, like taco sauce, like the zero cal Taco Bell sauce, fucking like uh, pico, a couple other things that's gonna make it more like that
tomato and
Mexican
onions.
style. hmm He's got his breakfast is a breakfast like burrito where it's literally the only thing that I guess this is the only like I guess like processed thing he has is like a
The
tortilla
tortilla.
in there. Yeah, but like all the meals are all very whole food based, kind of things, but you can make the tiniest adjustment. And like this, I put him onto the sour cream swap with. Have you ever done that?
No, I
So
don't.
in that taco bowl instead of sour cream, I like
Oh,
to
Greek
mix
yogurt.
plain no flavor Greek yogurt with like a little bit of the Taco Bell sauce, and dude, I genuinely
Yeah,
cannot tell the difference. Like I
I've done
genuinely can't.
ranch with the
Ugh.
Greek yogurt. No,
Oh yeah 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 yeah.
it's
Like the
just
ranch packet and Greek yogurt.
the ranch powder. Yeah,
Yeah yeah yeah. Yeah, that's good too. Yeah,
it's
it
not
like I
it's not the same, but it's pretty fucking close.
yeah, and that's the thing is like it's just a lack of effort, really. Like you live in this like like chamber, this echo chamber of, like you said, like when you're around a bunch of smokers, it's really hard to quit. When you're that person and all your friends have horrible lifestyles and diets, it's hard, bro. Like don't surround ourselves with people who don't work out and aren't healthy and aren't like you'd be miserable. Like I have my all the friends I went back to Indiana to see when I went back a couple weeks ago. Like yeah, none of them are really like I've coached a few of them, so a few of them have different lifestyles and better lifestyles now. But like it's not like they're in that same environment all the time. But like since I've moved, like I haven't made any new friends that aren't like those are my day one boys. Like that's never gonna be a problem.
Mm.
We all grew up doing the same shit. But now it's like I'm just not gonna be. I can't be close friends with you if you're not somewhat care about those things. Right? It doesn't mean you don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be some fucking like major 24/7. I'm never whatever. But like you gotta want to be healthy. You gotta want to take care of yourself. Like if we go out to eat, I don't want to have to. I don't have any friends that are gonna be like, let's go to McDonald's. Don't have them. Like it's not happening. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, you gotta change a lot, and
Like,
I'm
I don't
not
know
saying
how
it's
could I
not.
be a friend of someone who, for example, goes to Wingstop every single football game and just pounds beer and wings like there's no end. I'm like,
Mm-mm,
I could never. I could
no,
get along
and
with the person outside of that environment, but it's not something that I would go with them or hang out with them
mhm.
all the time.
And the biggest thing that they're not thinking about is like, because our environment, society here is all about two things, and it's food and alcohol. So it feels like everything you do involves that. And something that I told my client in that same when he was talking about the pizza and stuff, I told him I was like, we need to also remember why you're doing what you're doing, right? You're having a movie day with the kids and the family because it's a rainy day and you guys are just gonna chill in the house. That is what is important. The pizza doesn't like you're not you shouldn't be excited for the pizza. You should be excited to spend quality time with your family.
Yeah,
And this is where we've lost the plot, right? And like I told him, like I've been out to eat plenty of times. I'm not on prep right now, and Kaylee's family was here all week, dude. They ate out a ton. We went to eat with them multiple times, and I got nothing. And there was no reason other than I don't want to eat this shit. You know what I mean? And but it didn't take away from my happiness of the experience. Like you are an addict, and we need to treat it as such. Like
yeah,
simply, you know what I mean? And that's just not a thought process that I think happens. And but at the end of the day, it's a you have to want to change, and like some people just don't like you were saying. So no matter if that reason is because they feel like they can or that they are just set in their ways and they say they're comfortable, whatever it is, like you just simply are going to have to want to change. And a lot of times, unfortunately, that takes somebody getting into some pretty rough health, like a pretty rough place with health for them to like have that wake up call. But it just can't get to that point because sometimes you're like it could be too late. Like you could have a heart attack and die. Could be too late.
very good. Well,
You have no guarantee.
that was my very 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 first client when I started
Yep.
personal training on my own.
Isn't the barber?
No,
Was
no,
he a barber?
no, no. He
I don't know why I
was
thought it was a barber.
no, he was my dad's. No, the barber is recent, but this is I'm talking like
Oh,
2019.
okay. Mm-hmm.
He was my dad's ex boss from the job he got when he moved here from Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
We were all in a conference from his current job, like the insurance business and everything, and he didn't start feeling good, and he ended up having a stroke mid meeting. Like they had to call the ambulance. They threw it into the hospital, and there's like, yeah, no, if you would have not, my dad recognized the stroke, and the people told him like, if you would have not recognized it, then he would probably not be here right now.
Yeah.
So and then like after that, yeah, he was 240 or 250 pounds when he started with me, and then obviously we got him down to 160, 150, something like that. Complete different person. Like you see
Yeah.
the pictures, and it's
Damn
like
near 100 pounds. Yeah.
he's a third of the size. But then again, it's like he waited like all my life since I've met him the first time. He was like that, bigger,
Mm-hmm.
eating stuff, and even still, he will still resist me after that. But to
Mm-hmm.
the meals and everything. But it's just like, what would it take for you to realize that even if everything's good, it just takes one fucking time for something to go sideways, and that could be the time,
Hmm.
and then you're a goner. Like, you don't need to be super fit, you don't need to be athletic, you don't need to be a hybrid rock star competing in high rocks or whatever. You just need to be active and eat 80% healthy if you want to be like just scoop, like just pass by. You don't need to go to the any extreme. And it's not hard. I don't know why people have the misconception of like eating healthy, it's boring. Again, going back to this,
Yeah.
or it's like they probably don't think a ranch sauce or a Taco Bell's sour cream thing replacement would could be
Good.
very close to the real thing. There's the thing that, oh no, that's probably disgusting. They don't know. They don't know shit.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
saying because they just don't want to be. They don't want to be risked to be that wrong. But it's like it just literally. You're. I mean, hey, if you want to run the risk, go for it. But you're not my no family member of mine. You're no friend of mine. Like, this is just an advice
Yeah.
from a human to two humans. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't fit in my mind, and that's why going back to the first topic of the podcast, like that's why my stance on how I see the things with fat people. And funny thing, guess what I was when I came to the US? I was fucking
Mhm.
fat. So yeah, I never had any health issues. Thankfully, I was never 100 pounds overweight, but I was definitely 50, 60 pounds overweight with the
Same.
amount of muscle mass that I had at the beginning, at the
Same.
very least.
Because I had none.
Like,
I had like none.
like, if I was 163 pounds on like year 5 of working out, I would have probably could have reached like 140 pounds lean
Mhm. Yeah.
if I didn't put any amount of muscle or anything at all. People
Yeah.
probably even less. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think when I started, I got down. I think the day that I saw 179 on the scale, it scared me just as much as when I saw, like almost 240 when I was, before I had ever even stepped in a gym, and that was like, so I hit like both in the spectrum where I was like, okay, I'm, damn near 240, never lifted in my life, zero muscle, and just like a chubby piece of shit where, friends are starting to make fun of me. Cool, that scared me enough. Let me, do what I need to do. I got more active. I started bringing my lunch to school, all these things. And then after school, like, I gained another 30, 40 pounds back, and then I had to do it again. And that's when I got down to like in the 170s at one point, and I was like, okay. I remember looking in the mirror and like, okay, now I'm too skinny. I don't like this. Like, sure, I got abs, but like, what do abs mean when you're fucking, 180 pounds?
Very good.
And like, if I was, 5'10", it would have been like 165 pounds,
Yeah.
So
Do you,
a lot of
do
that
you
was
think
just height.
do you think that happened because of your upbringing or because of your friends and everything that you got to the
I
gym?
didn't have a fat family or anything, or like a bad upbringing. I mean, my my little brother's dad, who obviously I lived in the same house with until him and my mom got divorced. Like, this dude, I'm not kidding, would drink like a gallon of milk a day. He's morbidly obese, badly, and I don't like that guy. So I know that like my inner issues with people like that definitely probably stem from there. But like, it's reigned true with every person like that I've seen and met, and like their mindset. But like, so like that was the worst that I had in the house. But still, there was always junk food. Like, there was no. I never had any health like conscious people in the house, nor any education or anything like that. That's why I ended up getting fat.
Hmm.
Just because it was I wasn't. Yeah, we weren't like a morbidly obese household, but it wasn't a healthy one either.
Got it.
So no, I don't think so. I think it just came down to what everybody's living in. It's like, until it's weird because like until you're here, you don't realize how bad society pushes you towards that way. Like, I remember drinking multiple nights a week and not thinking anything of it. Going and getting McDonald's after a night of getting fucked up and not thinking anything of it. Going and smoking with friends and being like, oh, let's go hit up Taco Bell, not thinking anything of it. And like, to your point a little bit ago, like you said, oh well, like all you really have to do is eat like 70-80% clean, like whatever.
We
But what
didn't
I find, huh?
we didn't know what that look like?
Well, in what I've found from doing this is like most people, while that's true, depending on who you work with, us it's going to be this way. Other coaches, who fucking knows? But like the people that go through my program and succeed, even if it's only like 6 months, like they don't ever want to go. There is no like 80-20. Like they don't want that because how you feel doing it 100%, it makes it so much like people think that the feeling that they get when they eat food and like the short happiness that they get from it is like the peak dopamine spikes. But the real dopamine hits are when you're doing this shit how you need to every single day and how you feel like it's this light bulb moment that I get from every fucking client, the ones who don't come in and fuck off. It's like this, oh my god, like I didn't know I could feel like this, you know?
Yeah.
And that feeling makes you like I'm never going to go back to eating like that, right? Even after bodybuilding, even after these things because and like don't get me wrong, I'll have ice cream here and there. I'll have, whatever here like yeah, but like that's my 20%. My every day it's going to be similar meals and like yeah I'll have that meal out or a couple times a week or whatever, but when people get to that spot it's like there's really no going back because like why would you ever want to go back to that,
Yeah.
so and even when they do they're like then it's I've had this a couple times too where it's like they come back a year later and I'm like man I went back, I fucking put the weight back on, now I got to do this again. It's like that's gonna having to do that is after all the hard work you've done is gonna scare you more than not getting to eat out every fucking day. Like,
I had a thought I went on my mind, but I mean, would you say that those people that go back is because, like, what would you say it is the reason why they did that?
it could be
Whether it be because
could be a
of
million things. I mean,
yeah, but do you think they just didn't really grasp the concept or the habits of eating healthy and the benefits and how it truly would feel like? Like I just think that because there's no way like I could get as stressed and depressed or expressed as I could get, but there's no way I will go to McDonald's or to get ice cream or donuts or whatever it is just to like make me feel better.
hmm
It's just because that wouldn't even make me feel good at all by now. Would you say that they still go back to that because they just didn't really get to the point where it's like, okay, I actually feel good eating this way. This makes me feel a lot better than. So what we say?
typically, I see it, and from my personal anecdote, from like people I've worked with, I see it being like life stuff. So like, I have like one person in particular in mind. The first time when we lost a bunch of weight, everything was good. Plan went well. They did that in a point in time in their life where there wasn't a whole lot of hardship, there wasn't a whole lot of stress, there wasn't a whole lot going on. And then we see careers kick off, we see children being had, we see families being started. And I think that after for me doing what we do for 7, 8, 9 years, I've done this through the hardest parts of my life. And that I think is where things really set in. I think that if you do something when it's easy and you don't, you remember having the conversation where I was like, "Prep's easy.
Yeah.
It's life that makes it hard." If you always did preps when you had no job, you didn't have any money stress, everything was paid for, like all you had to do was wake up, lift, do your steps, cardio. Like the first time that you have to work, have a family, have kids, have any type of stress going on, and dude, you're fucked. Prep's not gonna go well, bro, because you've never really been through this shit. Like anybody can do that stuff when they have zero other responsibilities. So that's typically what I see it being. Or here and there, yeah, it might just be like maybe I didn't do a good enough job of making sure that like hey, like now it's a pretty common conversation that I have with people of like hey, you need to understand that this is your like if we're gonna do this is your life now. right? Maybe not as strict as we need to be right now. Like this guy that I've been talking about this podcast, the guy that has a lot of weight to lose. I told him like there's gonna be a point in time where you can have pizza and not worry about it, and have pizza and not have to ask if that's a good thing for you to do, or that it'll like completely fuck you up or whatever. But that's not you right now.
Yeah.
So we have to understand that this is your new lifestyle, and if you can't be okay with that, then it's no point in you doing it now because you're gonna end up back in the same spot. And that's why I don't like challenges. I don't like 75 hard. I don't like any of that bullshit because you don't. Anybody can be like, I'm a buckle down for 75 days, but what do you do after that?
Yeah, it teach you absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
You
cooked,
can't
right?
leave at 75 hard for the rest of your life.
No, no, not unless you're fucking David Goggins.
Hmm.
He's been living 75 hard for the last fucking 35 years.
75 years.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a.
But like that's, I mean, that's again, like I said, like when he started this, it was I'm pretty sure he lost 100 something pounds in like I think 90 days. I could be wrong. It could be lower than that. It's definitely not more than that. But it was like a massively quick turnaround. Like I don't know if I've seen anybody lose that amount of weight. And it wasn't healthy, of course, but like anybody can lock in and do that for that amount of time. He's coming from a different psychotic mindset that just kept him going. And obviously that's kind of like his life. He made a brand out of his mindset, so that's a different thing. But
fair. Yeah,
but yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
we can only just hope for the best and help them. But the other ones that are feel like, oh, I'm still healthy, then just tell them to go fuck themselves. Anyway, kidding.
Pretty much.
On a change of topics, where are you going tomorrow?
Shit, bro, I had a scare. I didn't think I would make it to Hawaii, to be honest, right? I'm not even sure right now.
Wait,
Dude,
what?
I had the worst pin of my life. And I swear to God, I feel like it's infected. But there's no like pus or any like bruising or red or whatever, so I don't really think it is. But dude, I don't know. Like last night, you remember we've had conversations about after I pin test every now and then. It hasn't happened in like over a year. Like I get sick. Where I get like fever stuff for like 48 hours. Dude, that 2 days ago I pinned like later at night, and then I did something I shouldn't have done. I went and trained, and I think that aggravated it a little bit more, like post pin. But I don't know, dude. It was the worst.
Shoulders?
Huh?
Did you train shoulders like the same muscle that you pin?
I think so. I don't remember I think I did a little bit of that and a little bit of back. Can't remember what exactly I hit. But then like the next 24 hours later was like I was like feeling, I didn't have a fever, thank God, but I was feeling like feverish and just sick, and like I'm still like run down. So like I'm not even gonna train today. But that's why I was like, fuck, dude, I got one day. Like if this ends up being infected and shit, I'm cooked. If I can't get antibiotics and stuff like that, but I don't even want to take those. I hate antibiotics.
So of all my instances of actually, this is a great topic. Of all my instances of getting like mild infections, I never got to the point of needing an antibiotic. I don't know if I should be saying this on the podcast, but a friend of mine told me that one person supposedly could go to Tractor Supply and get penicillin for your horse.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do wellness, you can be considered a horse. Anyway, so you could do that worst case scenario and just take it. But I don't know. Honestly, last time I asked Dom, he told me, of course, ibuprofen, ice, just to like lower the inflammation, and Benadryl.
I bet Kaylee has some of that. I don't have white people's disease, so I don't usually have Benadryl around.
I am not.
That's what I call allergies.
Yeah, no, yeah. White people. I don't even have Benadryl anywhere. I'm white as fuck. I mean, this light makes me whiter. But I mean, that's what he told me. Doing that and then just, yeah. If it's like, even if it's red, like I had, like red strips going down my elbow or in the front or even in my leg all around my quad. it's just sore and super tight for a week.
Dude, that's how it is. Yeah, I see, and that wasn't my issue. Like none of that was my issue. It was if it's dude, my flight's at 7 a.m., which means I got to be up at 4, and then I'm not like, dude, it's like 12-hour day of plane time, and
Really?
layovers and
Oh,
such. Yeah,
you're
bro.
on the other end. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. No, I got to go from here to Houston, and then Houston to Hawaii is like a 9-hour flight or something stupid. So I just like I would not have made it through that feeling how I typically feel when this happens in terms of like because I'll get like cold chills, shakes, like be
yeah.
sweating hot, and I just wasn't gonna do it. But I feel a little bit better today. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel off. So I was like, fuck, I might not be able to. I might not be able to fucking go. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a long day, bro. Very long day.
Are you gonna eat pizza and shit food on the wedding?
No,
I wonder what they even
no.
gonna have. Like knowing them, they're like
Uh,
they're healthy too. He's like,
yeah, it's not gonna be anything crazy. Um, there's a
no, but for
Costco near, so we're
example,
gonna grab some stuff.
oh, okay, okay. I mean, at the
Yeah.
wedding, because I've been weddings like lately for the people that are fit. Um, their dinners and appetizers and everything was like, yeah, of course they had like I don't know mac and cheese balls and whatever, but for the most part it was like ceviche or sushi or things like that for
Ooh,
like
sushi would be
appetizers.
fire.
I know. Well, and in
Be
Hawaii,
fire.
if they don't have poke, I would be extremely
I
disappointed.
completely forget what they said the food was gonna be.
I
I
really
just told
hope.
them as long as it's not fucking spam, I'm not eating that shit.
Yeah. No, bro. Actually, I mean, you should be leaving out of poke when you go over there.
I should what?
Leave out of poke. Just, bro.
Shit.
You can buy
We'll
like
see.
pounds of ahi tuna there already prepped and everything for like the price probably that here you buy I don't know ground beef like $5 a pound or something like that.
Should I hope so? I'll grab some of that.
I don't
I
got
have
it
a
with the
really
price, but I know it was way cheaper than here.
I have a really shitty um Airbnb because we waited way too long
Mm.
to do that. So I don't have like a fucking kitchen or anything.
Got it.
So that's gonna suck. But
Yes.
and I'm not cooking everything and freezing it whatever because it's fucking 12 hours of shit, maybe even more. So I'm just like, it's not even. If I get there and it's ruined, like then I wasted fucking $100 on
No,
meat
I
along the
wouldn't do
way.
it either. I wouldn't.
No, but this is gonna be the first. Well, we'll see. That's knowing me, we'll see. But I told everybody like I'm off. Um, I haven't ever done that in 7 years, so we'll see if I can fully unplug and
I
do
couldn't.
whatever.
When I was in Argentina, I couldn't. I mean, I think there's a difference between saying you would not be on all the time. I did tell people to like skip check-ins and that I will be traveling to Argentina, so responses may be delayed. If you can hold messages until I get back, that's amazing. No check-ins, and but then at the end of the day, I still said that if it's something urgent, please yes,
Of course, yeah,
in
yeah.
the message.
But that like that should never
As
happen.
urgent as it can be, because if there's really an urgency, you should
You
not
need to
call
call
me.
the
Yeah.
go to the hospital, bro.
Yes. Like if you have an
Go to the
infection in
hospital.
your shoulder post pain, you should not be killing me.
Well, I did. I texted Larry. I was like, "Should I? Do you want me to? I think I'm good, but just getting your expertise
What is it?
opinion. Same shit. He was just like, if this and this isn't happening, then fucking you're good.
Yeah. I remember one of my.
I wouldn't have said anything if it wasn't for the time crunch of things.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've never had I've had PIP before. This is not PIP, but I've never had. And when I usually get that like fever sickness shit after pitting, it never comes with this massive like, dude. You can like if you could feel it, it's just like a
Synopsis.
massive ball of fluid. Like
Yeah. I had a client
but
of mine who had it for a while, and when he
hmm
went to the doctor, they say like, "Yeah, if this doesn't make it go down, we're probably gonna need to cut it and drain it."
yeah, it's not that bad. I just the pin itself hurt like a motherfucker, like bad.
When you
And
were
my shoulder pins never hurt.
like, you mean the actual injection before putting the fluid? in those cases, I would have taken the needle out and tried somewhere else.
I I remember the 0.2 second decision of like telling myself to quit being a pussy and keep pushing. Because like I didn't want to do that. Because I've done that before, and then I'm like, fuck, I gotta pin myself somewhere. I was like, and then I was gonna have to change the needle, and I was just like, fuck it, get it in there.
I would use
And
the
I
same
was,
fucking needle.
mm,
It literally just went in, like,
mm,
inside of you and out. Like,
anytime that's happened before, I changed the needle just because I don't know.
no wonder why you wouldn't do it. You know how many times I had to, like, Swiss cheese my quads because I got a nerve?
Ugh, dude.
Yeah.
See, after that happens, in my head tells me every single pin after this is gonna feel exactly like that.
Yeah, no, I'm still like, dude, okay. I see people's videos spinning and they're like, bum, bum, bum. I'm like, I cannot. I swear to God, I cannot. I have to like go slowly, and for some reason I make myself suffer more. But I'm like, I could not just boom. How do you do
Some
it?
people are nuts. That's why bodybuilding is the best sport for fucking people with brains that they're like sacks of rocks. Because it's just like, dude, if you're just and that's why like I love coaching like military dudes. Not that military guys are stupid. That's not what I mean. But, like they have that kind of like, cool, get it done.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it kind of mindset.
No,
It's
yeah,
just
same,
like,
same, same. I
wanna
heard
get
the same
not scared
from
of shit.
military and from wrestlers.
Well, those are always a package. I swear to God, I don't know if I've coached any. Maybe like one or two of the military guys I've coached were not also wrestlers. That's why I have that thing that I say. I'm like, dude, it's to the point now where like if you come to me and you're military and we're a wrestler, I'm giving you a discount. I know. I already know you're gonna be the best client I've ever fucking had.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
same.
without fail.
I'll honor that.
So
I'll honor that. Fuck.
yeah, I'm like, fuck
Yeah,
it, dude.
they're different breed for sure. 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
On a different topic, last one. Super mellow. But do you go, or are you planning to go see Spider-Man?
Probably when I get back. Maybe while I'm there, if it's a shit day out or something. I've heard good things, but I also heard, I heard great things about the Odyssey, and I'm not gonna lie, and anybody that hears this is gonna jump down my fucking throat. That wasn't that great of a movie. Sorry, Odyssey wasn't that great. I feel like I've seen that movie 1,000 times. It
Yeah,
didn't
there are
give
other
me,
versions.
huh?
There are other versions.
Well, not just that, but like there was no different feeling from like 300 or like any movie that's that time period.
Mm.
I already knew the story, even though it was different, a little bit differently portrayed in the movie. It just didn't like it didn't give me a wow factor. It was just a decent movie, you know. Um, I I think I would have liked it maybe if there was like a little more action.
Yeah.
But it just didn't tickle my brain in the way that like Obsession did, you know?
No.
Like I was like locked on Obsession. That movie I was just kind of like, yeah, like it's cool, you know. I love that time period. I love mythology. I love, you know, anything Greek or, you know, anything like that. Um, but it just wasn't special for me. And I know some people who got to see it in IMAX or that special film may have gotten a different experience, and it definitely would have been better. But like people are like, this is a top 3 movie of all time. I saw someone post that, and I was like, hey, dude, have you ever seen
War of Titans is better.
Interstellar? Have you ever seen fucking what was the other movie I said? Like
Avatar.
the one with the island. No. Shutter Island. Have you ever seen? I don't know any of the Harry Potter movies. Have you ever seen? Literally, so many other movies that you know are way better than that. I don't watch things again. I don't know what it is, but if I've seen it, I will not watch it again. Other than a couple animes and The Office, and like Obsession, I would watch again. Odyssey, I won't ever watch that
No,
movie
too
ever
long
again.
to watch it again.
Even fuck the
I
length.
I
It just
think they
again,
were.
it wasn't
Yeah,
captivating enough.
I agree. I wouldn't say I really like it, but it's also not that simple as I like it. like somewhere in between there. I just feel there were a lot of um, what's the word I'm trying to find? Metaphors, kind of, in a
Of
way.
course, yeah, yeah.
And the only interesting part was pretty much the fight in the temple when
The
he
end.
founds Spider-Man
Oh yeah,
when
yeah, yeah,
when they
yeah.
try to
Where
kill.
the dad, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course at the end, and then
Hmm.
the rest it was good, but I would agree I would have liked a little bit more action instead of so much
Well, it
talking.
just felt like there wasn't a whole lot of substance in the middle. It just kind of felt like, okay, this guy went here, and his son and his mom are here, and we just kind of waited for him to come back the entire time.
Yeah,
And yeah, it just wasn't. I don't know. It just didn't hit me the way that it
I,
may have other people.
I would give it like a 6.5.
It's a solid rating.
Yeah.
It's a solid rating.
Now Spider-Man though,
See, and I just can't see how it was that good.
it
Like
was
it
very good.
Yeah, but like I just can't see that. Like there's nothing that they could do with Spider-Man that would be like, wow, like it's Spider-Man.
I'm just gonna say I can't say anything because I may spoil it.
Where's my
But
phone?
I would
Let me
say
see.
like after Avengers Endgame, where all the Marvel movies were kind of like meh, besides the Spider-Man ones.
I don't really like any Marvel movies.
You're weird, but I think this
What
was
was this Spider-Man called?
um fuck, I can't remember.
Far From Home
No,
or
no, no.
Brand New Day
Brand New Day.
or
Yeah, 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 yeah.
okay. Let me
That's
see
the
if
one.
it's on. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Okay, I can buy this on Prime. So maybe oh no, I can't.
No, it just came out. You couldn't possibly get it on Prime yet.
No, I can't. No. Sometimes newer movies are on here though.
Yes, but I wouldn't say like something like
But it
some
says
Marvel.
buy. What the fuck?
I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy any movies actually.
Tripping. I'm watching. Let's watch. Let's see what the trailer looks like. Because at the end of the last one, because nobody knows who he is in this one, right?
Yeah. But there's a lot of like characters that show up from other part. Like everything is coming all together, and it just makes a lot of sense. And of course, some parts that involve like the villain and
Doc Ock.
Spider-Man, it's just like that is so fucked up. They would that is so fucked up to do.
I think
I don't
Tom
know.
Holland's a pretty good actor.
Yeah, no, I really like that movie honestly,
Mhm. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I just
and I already got
I don't know.
ticket for Doomsday. Because
The one where Iron Man is playing him. Yeah, I'm not watching that. Like how that makes me feel like they're insulting my intelligence, and I'm not giving them my money for that. How dare you use a character that died, right?
yeah, but that's the
And
point.
make him into no, because there's no connection.
That's the point. There's
That's my point. That's like you just think I'm not gonna notice that this motherfucker played a different superhero for the
no,
last 10 years?
but this is the thing. It's the same person, but from a different universe. That's why there's so much into like the timelines and the multiverse and everything. It's like this different all Spider-Mans coming all together in No Way Home. Of how it,
So you're saying even though it is Iron Man playing Doctor Doom, they make it a point to make it known that this is Tony Stark,
so
just a different universe
there are
Tony Stark.
many theories right now as to where like they
Can't hear you. There you go. There you go. Can't hear you. I can't hear you.
no.
There you go. Yeah.
So throughout the comics, it explains it, but they hired that same actor for a reason, and many theories are showing how in another timeline why Tony Stark ended as Doctor Doom instead of Iron Man, or the possibility that Iron Man was actually adopted, not actually from Howard, from his supposed dad, and he was from this different family where all this trace of like the intelligence, the ability to be able to wield magic, because he did kind of wield the Infinity Stones better than the Hulk. So that's the thing with the multiverse. They even tell you that you need to watch the Loki series to understand better about all these timelines. So I technically will need to watch it. But it's not that, oh, how could you hire the same actor since he was Iron Man? No, no, they actually did that on purpose. Like, there's a reason.
See, that's what I wasn't. I had been told that wasn't the case, so that's why I was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna watch that. But like I said, I'm not a fan of Marvel movies. I think there's a corniness to them that I'm not a fan. Like, action for me is like a one end of the spectrum kind of thing. Like, it's either gonna be, you watched Obsession, right? You remember when she got her head smashed into the brick in the car? If that's not the level of gore that comes along with the action, and there's also very corny, not funny, out of place comedy in the movies, I don't want to watch that. They try to make what's that guy's name that plays in the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Thor?
Him, but he was the second person I was going to name.
Chris Pratt.
What's his name? Chris Pratt. Those, like, they're not funny. Stop trying to make them have funny comedic lines. It's not funny, and it's corny, and I don't want to watch it. And it feels like it just still feels very like kiddish to me, and I'm not a fan of like those types of. I'm just not a fan of those movies, and it's just Marvel just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. So I haven't watched a ton of them. Like, there's people who have watched every fucking Marvel movie there is. Like, I've watched like maybe a couple.
As much as I like Marvel, I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch. I don't know. The Eternals doesn't look like that interesting. Marvel,
Or like Ant-Man. I'm not watching Ant-Man.
yeah.
That's
I didn't see the
fucking
last one.
dumb.
But
Stupid.
I've seen enough for like to be able to make sense out of things.
Yeah. Me too.
So I'm still really like I think everything up until Endgame was top tier. Then the rest kind of like
I did like what's his name? The purple guy.
Thanos.
Yeah. I don't know why I spaced his name. Yeah, I fucked with him, but like, I don't know. I like Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. Phenomenal. Love those movies. It's kind of like how Fast and the Furious deteriorated with every fucking movie that came out.
That's what they're saying about Spider-Man. Is like Marvel redeemed himself with this movie from Spider-Man, because a lot of Marvel movies lately were ass, like super corny, super cringy, like they're just not it, and the rating was reflecting it. But now this one was epic. I personally really liked it.
What would you give it?
9.
If you had to watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Endgame. Wait.
If you had to watch one movie only for the rest of your life, it's going to be Endgame? That's the worst fucking answer I've ever heard in my life. You're not backstepping from that. That's terrible.
I thought we were talking about Marvel.
No.
Like, if I wanted to pick one movie out of all of them to watch, like Marvel-wise.
No.
It wouldn't be Endgame. It wouldn't be Endgame. That's a good question. Let me think. What is yours?
Sneeze. I'm sick of that fucking answer. If I had to watch one movie for the rest of my life, does a series count?
I don't know. It was your fucking question, motherfucker. You make the rules.
If it's a series, absolutely Harry Potter. If it's one particular singular movie, I think it might still be in the Harry Potter franchise, or in the series, to be honest. Yeah, maybe the first or the second Harry Potter.
Really?
I love those movies, man. I love those movies.
I like Harry Potter too, but the first and the second.
Those were my favorites. If I'm like, oh, I'm going to throw on a Harry Potter movie. Because again, Dude, there's not a single fucking series of movies on planet Earth that gets better with time. They get worse.
The
They
Lord of
get
the
worse
Rings.
every time. I don't like those movies at all.
Oh.
Hey guys, make a shorter movie. Ever thought about it? Don't need 3 hours of movie. I don't need it. If I'm gonna watch a 3 hour movie, it's gonna be Avatar. Avatar 1, that could be up for question too, but that's only because I think, moments in life and memories tied to that movie.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily because of the movie itself. I don't know. That's hard, dude. I've seen a lot of movies. Yeah, probably one
As
of those.
funny
I
as
think
it sounds.
if it was a show, I think if it was a show, I could give a definite answer. For
Oh
sure.
yeah, I would pick like Naruto or some bullshit like long ass fucking A.
Mine would probably have to be The Office, for sure. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
probably the number one show ever made.
Friends is better in my opinion, but I actually never
No,
watched The Office.
Friends is real close, but The Office is
Um,
the Friends comedy isn't that funny. The Office comedy is right down my alley because like the dry sarcastic humor is like if Jim was an asshole instead of being like a nice sarcastic, he would literally be me.
is Chris Pratt in The Office or that's another show? There was a
Chris
show.
Pratt's not. Chris Pratt is in Arrested Development.
That's what it is. Okay,
Yeah,
I know there
which
is a
is
show where he
people think it's funny, but
some scenes that I've seen. But anyway, as funny as it sounds, I would put in my list of considerations for the movies. I would put How to Train Your Dragon. I love those fucking
Which
movies,
one?
bro.
Which one?
Honestly, the animated because the live action didn't.
I never saw it.
It's I love it. Fucking Disney movie, I love it. Or DreamWorks, I don't know either. But the live action, as good as it is, some actors are not reflecting on the characters. Like, his girlfriend is white and blonde.
Isn't she supposed to be a redhead?
No, in the characters in the animation, it's white and blonde. Astrid.
Oh, what are they in the movie?
Filipino.
Why do they keep doing this?
I don't know.
Like nobody asked for a black Little Mermaid. Nobody asked for a
Right.
Filipino girlfriend, and like, why are we doing this?
Do you know a funny thing related to this, but not really? They asked one time to the Argentinian soccer team why they don't have any black soccer players. They said because we're not a fucking Disney movie.
And also,
Fucking epic.
hey man, we're graded a lot. Soccer's not one of them. Like NFL, NBA,
Hey, no,
dominated.
there's a lot of
Yeah, but okay. I don't. When I say the black people that make up the NFL and NBA are not necessarily the same as the black people that make up the black people in soccer. I feel like,
no,
if that makes sense.
yeah.
So
yeah.
that's what I mean. When we're talking, because outside of American culture, football is one of the dominant sports of the entire world. So of course but again, now we're splitting hairs between, African American and
yeah.
different types of African. But I think in broader terms, like you're gonna find better soccer players that are of different races,
Could be.
from what I've seen at least.
Well, I mean, France is 80% black. French soccer team. It's fucking hilarious. They're all white, but all the soccer team is like black.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, I mean,
See,
yeah,
we're not a Disney movie. That's right.
that is fucking funny. Anything else you would like to say before you take off to paradise in Hawaii?
Shit.
Motherfucker.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
give you one more.
cooking my ass in fucking California. Ugh.
I might be there at the end of the year.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
What for?
Bro, is prep.
Huh?
Emiliano.
Oh. He's competing. Nice.
He wants to compete December 13th, 3rd. I don't know, something like that.
If I'm not
I'd have
mistaken,
to
that
look.
should be Excalibur. I don't know. I think it's somewhere around there. Anyway,
It might be.
dude,
I don't
yeah,
remember
let
if
me
the
know.
show he wants to do is in Cali or not. I'll have to see.
Got it.
But
Cool.
obviously, regardless, I'm gonna make my way to it as long as I can.
Nice. Okay, let me know.
Yeah,
That'll be cool.
so we shall see. But yeah, I will be back next week, and we'll be back for another episode.
Sounds
But
good, bro. Well, enjoy.
Don't talk to me until then. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody text me.
Who wants to take?
I might not
anyway?
even bring my phone for real. Nobody.
Only Kaylee, but
Nobody.
you're gonna with her, so your phone is gonna be
Yeah.
dead silent. All right, brother. Safe
All right,
trip,
y'all.
safe travels. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You as well.
Thank you very much.
Peace.
Peace out.